Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Corin, also known as the Kitten Choreographer, and I'm a teen with a passion for makeup and kitten rescue. So today, or not today exactly, but this week and one day this week was so super exciting. And that was my fosterversary, or my anniversary for fostering kittens for 1 year. I don't remember what day it was. I want to say Wednesday or Thursday. Thursday? I think I want to say Thursday. Yeah, it was Thursday. But a little over a year ago, or just a few days over a year ago, I got my very first foster kittens. And that is just incredible to me that in 1 year I have fostered over 50 kittens and I've managed to get most of those adopted out. And I just have to say thank you so much for your support. I started this channel in January of 2020 and it's 2021 now and it's doing pretty well. Thank you so much. And I can't believe that I fostered that many kittens in that time. If you hear noise in the background, of course, as soon as I decided to start filming, it is crazy time for the kittens. But I just have to say, fostering is one of the best things that has ever happened to me. I started it, thinking that it would be fun, thinking that, hey, I'll be able to save some kittens, but it truly became my passion, and it truly became something that is so much bigger than myself, I've had people come to me and say, look, you're the person that inspired me to foster, and that means so much to me. You don't even know. And I have fostered kittens personally. It's just awesome. And so I totally say, if you're on the fence about fostering, foster. You should totally foster. It is absolutely incredible and amazing. And yes, there are hard parts. Yes, there are really hard parts, but it's all worth it. It's all so worth it. So today I thought I would create the foster tag. And that tag is basically for anyone that fosters, anyone that, fosters kittens or puppies or any animal that wants to join in. You can do this if you have a YouTube channel or even if you have an Instagram. You can answer the questions in an Instagram stories, Instagram, what's it called, IGTV, or even just in a post answering your questions through text. Definitely I tag you if you're watching this. I tag literally everyone that fosters to do this because it's a simple tag, but it really rounds out your fostering experience. Truffle just got mad at me. Are you guys done yet? Oh, that was Val that got mad at me, actually. Truffle's... No, it was Amora that got mad at me. Those two are both in front of me. Oh, Truffle goes home tomorrow. Val and Amora go home today. I'm gonna miss my babies. I'm gonna miss my beans. Look at her little shaved belly. She got spayed yesterday, that's why she's shaved on her belly. No babies for you. No babies for you. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this tag. So the first thing I came up with was, what are your first fosters? And my first fosters, I actually just posted about them on Instagram with some pictures of them and some updated pictures of them. I'm gonna go ahead and put an updated picture for the two kittens that I happen to know their owners, and so I do have an updated picture of them, and then I'm just gonna put an old picture from when I fostered her of the mama cat Oz. So we have the two babies, Glinda and Elphaba. They are both sisters, and then they did get adopted together. And then we have the mama cat Oz. She did get adopted, but I unfortunately do not know her owners. I'm not in contact with them, so I do not know what she's like today or how she's doing, but I'm sure she's doing great. So the second question is newest fosters, and I actually got some foster kittens just a couple days ago. A year after I got my first fosters, a mama cat and two kittens, I got a mama cat and two kittens. So I have Mama Lady or Mama Mouse. She kind of has two names. Basically, she is a mama, pretty young mama. She's very skinny, kind of malnourished, but she does take very good care of her babies. She's very protective of them. I actually have not introduced her on Instagram as of the time I'm filming this, and I got them several days ago, so I really need to do that today. Oops. But she is very sweet, and she has two babies, Minnie and Mickey. The reason Lady has two names is because she was named Lady by our very first foster parent who had her for a couple days, and then they transferred her to me, and I wanted to name her Mouse because her babies are Minnie and Mickey. But she kind of has two names. I call her Lady because I like that too. My mom mostly calls her Mama Mouse though because she likes that better. So next up, it's hardest fosters. So my hardest fosters, it's actually really hard to think. I have two answers for this. So 3 of my hardest fosters, they were all in one litter, and I only had them for a couple days because they all did unfortunately pass away. I do have a video about them on my channel. I'll try and remember to link that below. They were the Purple Company. If you don't know, I do call all my litters a company because they're like a group, they work together. And so right now I have the Love Company for Valentine's Day. I had, the Neverland Company when I had kittens named after Peter Pan. I haven't talked about that in a while, so if you hear me calling a group of kittens a company, I just do that. But The Purple Company, they were 3 preemies, 2 boys and a girl, I think. Well, actually, 1 boy, 1 girl, and 1 I never found the gender of because it was so young and so little, but they were preemie and they didn't survive, unfortunately. Tried my best, but they did not survive. And then my other hardest fosters were 2. One of them I had a long time, one of them did pass away. Oh, and for the Purple Company, I had Mauve, Lilac, and Plum. Those were those, and I'll have put pictures. And I should have put pictures up on the screen. I haven't done that yet because I'm currently filming and not editing. And so that was Charlotte and Lewis, the Royal Company, but when there's only 2, I often just call them by their names. Charlotte and Lewis. Charlotte I had for about 12 weeks, and then she did get adopted. She's doing well, but Lewis unfortunately passed away. He's actually very near and dear to my heart. He's my phone screen, actually. So he's very sweet. I probably would have foster failed him just because I was so in love with him, but he did pass away just from genetic defects. But yeah, those were my hardest too, just because Charlotte needed a lot of care every day. You had to hold her to feed her, you had to put her in the litter box. She didn't even use the litter box all the time, so you had to clean up puppy pads all the time. So I thought I'd do this just as a memorial kind of thing, fosters that passed. I have had 6 fosters that have passed, unfortunately, which is really sad. All of them I tried my very best. The first fosters I had pass was the Purple Company that I mentioned. They were the 3 preemies. Then the second foster I had pass was Lewis. And then the third foster I had passed was my foster kitten Alex. He or she, we never really figured it out, had maggots in their system, like internally, and they just survived for a few weeks but then passed because their little body could not handle the damage that the maggots had done. The last foster and most recent foster I had passed that actually passed quite a while ago was Wendy. Wendy was my miracle kid. She had a leg amputation at only 3 days old, 3 to 5 days old, I don't remember, and she survived it. You know, it was a miracle that she had survived. But then she went back in for her spay surgery and to get the rest of the leg amputated because it would be a lot easier for her to move around if the rest of her leg was amputated, and she did unfortunately pass after surgery, right after surgery. And she had a blood clot. The vet thinks that's why she died. She was actually at the vet when she passed away, and yeah, so she was about 8 weeks old when that happened, and so it was really hard. But, you know, I cried, of course, so much when all those kittens died. I can talk about it now without crying, just because of course I still hurt. But, you know, you've moved past it a little bit. It was all a long time, and unfortunately I haven't had any kittens die for a long time. And I'm hoping I won't have any kittens die for quite a long time in the future. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on from the sad thing, and let's move on to our foster fails. Smee Man, are you ready for your appearance? Big boy. This is Smee Man. He's my foster fail. I got him around 8 weeks old when I was asked to take a disabled kitty. And then I couldn't let him go, so. This is my kitty with cerebellar hypoplasia. He's my little ray of sunshine and my unofficial therapy cat. He's just the cutest little thing. He's just the cutest little thing. I know you guys love Smee, so I'm showing him for a decent amount of time because I know you guys love him. So the next question is favorite fosters, and I have answered this several times, but I thought it would be good to include in this tag. Smee, of course. I kept him. Obviously, he's my favorite. Then I also have Lewis. I talked about him, one of the ones that passed. Charlotte, his sister, who was also disabled but did get adopted. And my very first foster, Oz, the mama cat. And Darling, who was Wendy's mom, actually, and Peter's. And she did get adopted to my cousins and my aunt recently. So yeah, I cannot narrow it down to just one. I guess if I had to, it would be Smee because he's the one I kept, but I like to include all of those in my favorite fosters. And then the next question is favorite age or type of foster, because I know everybody, like, some answers to this question could be mamas with babies, pregnant mamas, bottle babies, weaned kittens, special needs, you know, all of those, and I say my favorites have got to be bottle babies. They're definitely the hardest to foster, but they are so fun, they are so cute, and they are so sweet when they get older. They're just amazing, and yeah, I've heard I'm good at it, according to a bunch of people in the rescue world. So yeah, I like bottle babies. My second choice would be special needs kittens. Smee's like, yeah, I'm the best. You are the best, sir. So the favorite color foster is next. And I threw this one just as a fun little thing because of course color does not matter. But it's fun to, you know, you're allowed to have a color preference, you know, so. My favorite color would be dilute calicos and Siameses. Next, we have my foster inspiration, and this is like who inspired you to foster, and that would definitely be Kitten Lady. I don't know, most people are inspired to foster by Kitten Lady, let's be honest. I started watching her videos in like October of 2019, and I was like, I'm fostering. Took a while to convince my parents, and that's why I didn't get fosters till February of 2020. Yeah, forgot the years, but yes, Kitten Lady inspired me to foster. AKA Hannah Shaw, that's her real name. And the next one is how long you've been fostering. For anyone else, I know I've already said in this video I've been fostering for 1 year, but for anyone else that wants to do this tag, let me know how long you've been fostering. So number 11 is a lesson that you have learned. Like, what is a lesson that you've learned? I guess my lesson that I've learned is just that it's hard. It's so much harder than you imagine. And so I guess the lesson that I've learned is it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and I really want people to go into that knowing that it's not sunshine and rainbows, because if you go into it thinking it's going to be sunshine and rainbows, you're going to be very disappointed. So yeah, that's a lesson I've learned, and the last question is advice to new fosters. And this is some advice I've been thinking about recently, is that you have to foster and want to foster for the right reason. A lot of people I've noticed want to foster because they see Kitten Lady and they're like, oh, I can get famous fostering and I get to play with cute kittens for a job. That's not what fostering is. You have to want to foster because you want to save lives. You have to want to foster because you genuinely love kittens, and you have to go into fostering willing to put in the work, willing to understand that it's not all about fame, and willing to put in the work, like to not make any money. You have to do it for the right reasons. And so I give advice that reflect on yourself and make sure you're not going into fostering for the wrong reason. Some like general advice just about fostering: don't start with bottle babies, don't start with a really hard litter. Start with some moms with babies or some weaned kittens, just because kitten care is hard, and especially bottle babies, there are lots of ways you can accidentally kill them. Definitely start with an easier litter, and then you can progress to harder and harder litters. So like, I started with a mom and babies, and then I went to older bottle babies, and then eventually I went to little bottle babies. So that is gonna be this video, this foster tag, this celebration that I've been fostering for an entire year. Thank you so much again for being on this journey. Thank you so much for watching. I upload on Sundays with a kitten related video and on Wednesdays with a makeup related video. Also, please make sure to leave any thoughts or questions down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching again, and goodbye!